We'll never be defeated! The people united! We'll never be defeated! The people united! We'll never be defeated!
To my mouth. Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's me, Hillary Clinton. I am a proud Democrat and a champion of women. You're welcome, women. I know, you're all very angry and confused. And I'm here to set the record straight once and for all. From my time as First Lady in the 90s, to my time as Secretary of State under Obama, to my multiple, very well-attended book tours in more recent years, all I have done is fight for American freedom. As I was saying, an example of this is my staunch, ongoing support of Israel, our most precious ally in the Middle East. Even back in 2006, I was saying, I do not think we should have pushed for an election in the Palestinian territories. I think that was a big mistake. And if we were going to push for an election, then we should have been sure that we did something to determine who was going to win. Am I right?
Hillary, spewing lies. You don't care about Palestinian lies. Did you just hear that, y'all? That was frickin' crazy. You have never supported the self-determination of the Palestinian people. You said so yourself just now. You claim the U.S. should have rigged the elections in Gaza in 2006. Does that sound very democratic to anyone here? No! You failed to stand up to Israel's countless violations of international law as they expanded illegal settlements and enforced a deadly blockade on Gaza. Shame! In fact, as Israel intensifies its all-out genocidal war against Gaza, you argued against a ceasefire and had the nerve to tell pro-Palestinian students, activists, that they don't know very much at all about the history of the Middle East. But you know what? You don't need a diploma or have graduated anything to know that genocide is wrong.
A war crime!
It sounds like you don't know your own history, because wherever there is oppression, there will be resistance. And the courageous struggle of the Palestinian people is just. You have never supported the rights of Palestinian people. Instead, you peddle Israel's baseless accusations of sexual violence committed by Hamas. Where is your shame? 3, 2, 1, let's do it again. Shame! Where is your outrage at the daily sexual violence experienced by Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails? Where is your concern for women of Gaza who have no clean drinking water, no access to health care, no food to feed their children? You are a hypocrite who only cares to defend U.S. imperialism and its proxies. Get a load of that.
All right. Let me speak. Really funny. If I'm such an imperialist, then why do I always put my full support behind America stepping in and saving the suffering people of the world from the warlords and dictators that oppress them? I don't know if you knew this, but I was actually involved in liberating the Libyan people from their dictator Gaddafi. Like I said back then, we came, we saw, he died.
Hillary spewing lies. You don't care about Libyan lives. You devastated the democratic country of Libya, bombing civilians and throwing the country into chaos. Under Gaddafi, Libya was one of the most prosperous countries in Africa, using its wealth to ensure free education and health care for its people. But you could not stand for an African leader who put his people before the interest of U.S. imperialism. You trampled on Libyan sovereignty and used your influence to force regime change in order to keep Africa weak and dependent on U.S. interests. Thanks to you, the Libyan economy is in ruins and its infrastructure is destroyed. 1 million Libyans are displaced and migrants are being sold as slaves on the streets of Tripoli. Does that sound like protecting civilians? No! Does that sound like restoring democracy? No! After Gaddafi was captured alive and brutally murdered, you showed your true colors and laughed at his fate. You are nothing but a war criminal.
Out this damn spot, right?
Listen. Would a war criminal spend their entire life fighting for women? Heard of them? I have always believed that it is a woman's right to have an equal place in the sweatshops, the factories, the offices, and the CEO positions that make capitalism great. As I said in the 2011 APEC summit, several businesses are already taking significant steps to meet such goals. Goldman Sachs is training the next generation of women business leaders in developing economies with its 10,000 Women campaign. Coca-Cola's 5 by 20 campaign aims to support no less than 5 million women entrepreneurs worldwide by 2020. And just this week, Walmart announced that it will use its purchasing power to support women entrepreneurs by doubling the amount of goods it will buy from women-owned businesses globally to $20 billion by 2016. Because listen, folks, when we increase women's participation in the economy and enhance their efficiency and productivity, we can bring about a dramatic impact on the competitiveness and growth of our economies. I think we can all agree.
Hillary spewing lies. You don't care about workers' lives.
The only equality you seek for the women of Haiti is the equal opportunity to be exploited for capital gain. You and your husband have profited off of the suffering of the Haitian people. Because of you, Haiti remains to be the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. In 2009, you thwarted attempts to raise the minimum wage from 24 to 61 cents per hour, all to protect the profits of apparel giants like Walmart and Hanes. Yet again, spitting in the face of democracy, you have repeatedly propped up a puppet government and supported fraudulent elections. Your husband's policies destroyed the livelihood of rice farmers in Haiti, leading to famine after the 2010 earthquake. You funneled billions of relief aid into private contractors that profited off of the disaster. In one case, you sent trailers contaminated with formaldehyde. What kind of aid is that? Haiti continues to be occupied by UN forces at the direction of US, including hundreds of Kenyan police officers. Are foreign troops what the Haitian people need to rebuild their country? No! How dare you treat Haiti as a colony of the US?
Hey, that's my bag. That's my money. That's my money.
Hillary spewing lies. You don't care about women's lives. You promote yourself as a champion of women's rights, but your first legal case was defending a child rapist in which you called the 12-year-old victim emotionally unstable. You've defended Bill despite multiple instances of sexual harassment and sexual assault. You take millions from Wall Street while the American people are left houseless, in debt, and lacking social services. Women's Women's rights and workers' rights, but instead of guaranteeing good-paying jobs, you promote free trade agreements that benefit massive corporations. Hillary Clinton, you criminalize black and brown communities suffering from economic crisis that you have caused. Under you and your husband, our communities have been torn apart by policing, and our jobs have been sent overseas. Millionaire politicians like yourself and Kamala have gained political power and economic success by selling out the working class and turning their back on the majority of America.
All right, thank you. Thank you. That's enough, I think, from you, actually. That's also my bag, and I didn't actually give you... That's mine, thank you. No one was supposed to see that. I didn't consent to that search, but that's fine. I'll go on. First of all, how dare you? I have done everything I can to protect the working class from our number one enemy. Say it with me, China! I have been invaluable in America's pivot to Asia military strategy. We have been successful in occupying the Pacific so that we remain in control. That was for you. Who are you gonna think when you get to sleep cozy at night, not worrying about China coming and stealing your jobs, huh?
Boo! Hillary, spewing lies. You don't care about Filipino lives.
You claim to blur the line between defense and diplomacy. You sure have blurred the line between defense and diplomacy with the Philippines. You've groomed the Philippines to be a doormat for U.S. imperialism, making sure the U.S. military can post up anywhere they want on Philippine army bases, flooding the country with U.S. troops and foreign investments to plunder the land and resources. After the people of the U.S. demanded an end to wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, you declared the pivot to Asia, threatening that this was going to be America's Pacific century. With a substantially increased investment in the region. In focusing U.S. military might against China, you see the Philippines as your first line of defense, putting the lives and livelihoods of the entire Filipino people into crossfire. You ensure that the U.S. can disregard Philippine sovereignty and its troops can get away with rape and murder, like in the case of Joseph Scott Pemberton, who brutally murdered Jennifer Laude in 2014. Your increased investment has meant land grabbing and environmental destruction and the impoverishment and forced migration of millions of Filipinos. Do you think they feel invested in? No! Do you think they've gained anything? No! How dare you use the Philippines as a military base for U.S. aggression against China? The Filipino people will not allow you to trample on their democratic rights to land and self-determination. That is why they have protested every time you dared set foot in their country. And they will not stop until you and every other agent of U.S. imperialism is driven out of the Philippines. U.S. out of the Philippines! U.S. out of everywhere! U.S. out of Libya! U.S. out of everywhere! U.S. out of Palestine! U.S. out of everywhere! U.S. out of Africa! U.S. out of everywhere! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!